Recommend to prepare for Checkpoint Certified Troubleshooting Expert 156 to 585 exam with the online dumps. We have released new Checkpoint CCTE certification exam 156 to 585 dumps with the actual questions and answers to ensure that you can prepare well. Real 156 to 585 exam dumps contains 75 questions and answers. This video shares free 156 to 585 dumps questions for checking. Question No. 1. Checkpoint's PostgreSQL is partitioned into several relational database domains. Which domain contains network objects and security policies? A. User domain. B. System domain. C. Global domain. D. Log domain. Answer. C. Question No. 2. What are the 4 ways to insert an FW monitor into the firewall kernel chain? A. Relative position using location. Relative position using alias. Absolute position. All positions. B. Absolute position using location. Absolute position using alias. Relative position. All positions. C. Absolute position using location. Relative position using alias. General position. All positions. D. Relative position using geolocation. Relative position using inertial navigation. Absolute position. All positions. Answer. D. Question No. 3. The management configuration stored in the Postgres database is partitioned into several relational database domains, like system, user, global and log domains. The user domain stores the network objects and security policies. Which of the following is stored in the log domain? A. Configuration data of log servers and saved queries for applications. B. Active logs received from security gateways and management servers. C. Active and past logs received from gateways and servers. D. Log domain is not stored in Postgres database. It is part of Solr indexer only. Answer. D. Question No. 4. Which process is responsible for the generation of certificates? A. CPM. B. CPCA. C. DBSYNC. D. FWM. Answer. B. Question No. 5. Where do protocol parsers register themselves for IPS? A. Passive streaming library. B. Other handlers register to protocol parser. C. Protections database. D. Context management infrastructure. Answer. A. Question No. 6. What is the buffer size set by the fwctlz debug command? A. 1 MB. B. 1 GB. Circa 8 MB. D. 8 GB. Answer A. Question number 7. What are some measures you can take to prevent IPS false positives? A. Exclude problematic services from being protected by IPS, SIP, H323, etc. B. Use IPS only in detect mode. C. Use recommended IPS profile. D. Capture packets. Update the IPS database, and back up custom IPS files. Answer A. Question no. 8. What is the function of the Core Dump Manager utility? A. To generate a new core dump for analysis. B. To limit the number of core dump files per process as well as the total amount of disk space used by core files. C. To determine which process is slowing down the system. D. To send crash information to an external analyzer. Answer B. Question no. 9. URL filtering is an essential part of web security in the gateway. For the security gateway to perform a URL lookup when a client makes a URL request, where is the sync request forwarded from if a sync request is required? A. RAD kernel space. B. URLF kernel client. C. URLF online service. D. RAD user space. Answer B. Question no. 10. When a user mode process suddenly crashes, it may create a core dump file. Which of the following information is available in the core dump and may be used to identify the root cause of the crash? I program counter. E stack pointer. E memory management information. IV other processor and OS flags, information. A. I. E. LE and IV. B. I and N only. C. E and IV only. D. D only E. Answer C.